Hello, my lovelies! Welcome to How to Be Human, where we have trigger alert. When we get triggered, we usually talk about something unpleasant. Something or somebody makes us angry, sad, we feel hurt. Thus, we don't like triggers, and our first reaction is usually fight, flight, or freeze. But with that, we forfeit a great chance for inner healing and becoming more whole. First of all, a trigger is a situation, something that is said or done that subconsciously reminds us of an unpleasant experience that happened in the past and that hurt us. They hit a sore spot, which causes us to react. The reaction is usually immediate and doesn't give us time to choose to react differently or to not react at all. This in turn creates tension, and we might lash out or break down, and that causes even more tension. A situation can thus turn into a downward spiral, and eventually it hits rock bottom, and after the crash, when we regain our senses, so to speak, we often regret what happened and we blame ourselves or others, and we wish we could have stopped our rampant emotions before damage was done. We so wish we could have reacted differently, stayed calm, or at least kept ourselves from becoming too emotional. We might even promise ourselves to do better next time, until next time happens and the story repeats itself. What a mess, eh? Sounds familiar? But luckily there is a way to make real changes, and the first step is to know what we're up against. And let me tell you, our opponent certainly is a formidable one. Super fast and only there to make sure we make it to a ripe old age. Drum roll for our inner survival program. The often instantaneous reaction is due to our inner survival program kicking into high gear so quickly that it will make the fastest race car eat dust. Fight, flight, or freeze is the choices we have, and certainly not sitting down, being calm, and ponder everything. In survival mode, instincts and trained survival patterns take over. They are much faster than conscious thought, which is necessary if we are up against something that threatens our life. Nowadays, that might be rarely the case though, and our inner program and reactions usually get ahead of us, creating a big mess we have to clean up afterwards. That's the challenging side of triggers. However, triggers can also be of great help to initiate true inner healing, because we can use them as signposts that point us towards our inner wounds. Our reaction when we get triggered is our description that shows us what kind of sore spot got hit. And when we know the type of sore spot, we can find out about the cause of it. The cause is also reflected in the trigger itself. So we need to look at all these parts to get an accurate image of what we're really up against. We need to first understand why we react the way we do before we can make lasting changes. Therefore, if you want to change your reaction to a trigger, or if you want to not get triggered by something anymore at all, don't just try to reprogram your mind. Instead, look at the wound the triggers are pointing at. What emotions are you feeling when you get triggered? Also, look back in time. Do you remember when that hurt first happened in your life? Do you remember the situation and the person or people that were involved in it? What would you have needed back then, and what do you need to do now? Take your time and really dare to look at what happened back then. Become aware of the story you're still telling yourself and others. What do you need to do to change it from a horror story into a fairy tale with a happy ending? Allowing ourselves to really feel into all of it can greatly help us to make the changes we desire. It allows us to heal old hurts. If we sincerely do that, the old wound will disappear, and with it, the triggers. They have served their purpose and are no longer necessary. That's when we truly changed something. Showing us the way to that change and to becoming more whole is the power of triggers. Thank you so much for being here and sharing some time with me. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends and family. And I hope to see you soon again here on How to Be Human. Until then, I send you lots of love and light from my heart to yours.